Well, hello, everybody. How are you doing? It is another Sunday. So, Ashley will be here momentarily. Right now, she is heading down to, well, she was picking my mom up from the hospital. My mom's been in the hospital the last few days. It's been pretty rough. Um, and we weren't really expecting her to get out at the last minute. So, because it was fairly close, Um, we knew we wouldn't get back in time either. So Ashley went ahead and took the run up there, and she's picking up mom and getting her home. She should be okay. She had a pretty bad stint there, you guys. With took her some dinner. I'll just kind of recap. Took her some dinner Thursday night from a place she likes, and she wanted a coffee. So we stopped to get her food. Got there, and she just her breathing was really bad. She was basically gasping for air while talking, and of course, she didn't tell me it had been going on for a while. And so I got her up to the hospital, and so they admitted her between Thursday and today. They removed, I think, right about 30 pounds of fluid buildup water because of her heart. And so it's just been a very pretty serious last few days. They've got the water down where they can control it, and they're giving her, I think it's Lasix then. So when she goes home, she'll continue that. And I got a lot to do, set a few things up that she's going to need and whatnot, and we will we will take it from there. So for a little bit here, Ashley should be coming back pretty much any time, but that's why she's not. So good evening, Charles. How are you, sir? I was just trying to let everybody know who tunes in, whether it's on the podcast or the live show here. Might not hear Ashley or see her for a little bit though, but glad you're there, Charles. I appreciate it. And generally, Ashley does a little checking, so pardon me, bear with me. Yep, everything looks good so far. Going everywhere. All right. So, so there we go. Now, as far as the week goes, we are did not get a lot done. The last several days has been taken up with. Yeah, thanks, Charles. She lost 70% of her heart function, so she was operating on a 30% basis, from what they could tell. Now, I don't know. I mean, it's my mom, so I'm obviously very concerned. She's doing good enough. They said she could go home, and she's got multiple appointments with specialists this week, and we'll take it. We'll just have to take it from there. Hey, Jam Jar 43, how are you? Glad you joined in. Um, Probably keep it to about an hour today because when I'm done, I'll gotta be checking back up on mom and see how she's doing there. So we did accomplish, for all those listening, we actually did get Operation Barbarossa done. It only took 5 rounds, so if you'd like to watch it, it's about 21 minutes is all. We could sure use the completed views, and that'd be appreciated. So the game, Zvezda has a rule system called Art of Tactic. But combined with the maps and the cards you get, and your miniatures represent your forces, kind of like your chit represents, this infantry group, this battalion or whatever. The same thing with this, but they're represented on a hex board with miniatures. So it's really pretty cool. Um, so yeah, we got that. Hello, Tomakas, how are you, sir? Um, Ash will be here shortly. She's getting my mom back from the hospital, sir. So at least mom is still gone. So that's a big relief to me, and just got a lot of things to do. This year's been really screwed. I've talked to a lot of my friends out there. A lot of you guys. Some people are still sick. Their family's still sick, or people have passed away, or then you look at the news and like 2 days, or I think there's been multiple plane crashes. One didn't look like a plane crash. The one I see looked like something I'm not going to say here on that broadcast, but you watch it and it's like boom, and you'll see what I mean. But it just crazy, terrible stuff out of the blue everywhere. Like with my mom, she just didn't realize she was as bad as she was, and until we took her dinner. So yeah, there we go. But we did get the game out and up. We got the table cleared. Ashley is here. Well, she's not here right yet, so I can show you. So she printed me. You guys know I'm working on the Human Defense Force for one-page rules, and I've already showed you all those armies. Well, this is a new one they released yesterday, free. So we downloaded it free because we do their Patreon. So we got this free. There's, I think, 4 versions. So I had to print one up, but it's going to be big. Like, it's tight. Like, here's a leg. Yeah. So this is the heavy MG carries. That's pretty big. See how big this thing is? And it comes printed in. I don't know. The whole thing has to be put together. So it says it requires 150 millimeter base. So it's all washed and cured and pick the supports off. So I'll get that together too, because now they have what's called a Titan. This thing barely, when I mean barely, I mean if it was even a 1/4 inch taller, it would not have fit in that printer of mine. Yes, the video is up here on YouTube, Jam Jar. It is Operation Barbarossa. We did Scenario 2. It's the Zvezda company that makes it. I really enjoy the Zvezda stuff because you know a lot of what people like about Hex Encounters, you got to keep the supply lines and all that. You got to do that too at this because you got cards that mark off your ammo. So like, let's just, for an example, if you were using an MG crew, they're firing, you mark off one thing ammo, but if they were firing suppressed, then you're marking off 3. You also have to have a line of supply trucks. One truck represents 7 or 8 trucks. So, but those trucks can be eliminated through attacks and whatnot. And so it's a lot to it, but it's represented with miniatures. So it's just fun. This case, it only took 5 rounds and we condensed it down. And that's with an introduction, and an overview. And the 5 rounds all was 20, I want to say 21 minutes and a few seconds, I think. I kind of kept it as short as I could. But I'd appreciate it if you guys get the chance to view it all the way through, because I really appreciate all the new members, you guys, by the way. Thank you guys for joining. I mean, we're growing and we appreciate it. One thing we're missing is a lot of completion. So with a bunch of subscribers, again, I'm grateful for it. We need to get a little more watch time in. So that's kind of where our hang up is right there. But this guy, he's a Titan, so he's going to be pretty formidable. There's a big one like this that has a flamethrower, for God's sake. So it's gonna be big. Hey Dave, how are you, sir? Annex. So that's gonna go with 1-page rules. And the table's cleared off there because we put Barbarossa away, but within Barbarossa there's multiple scenarios, and then I think you pronounce it the Dunaby. In that area. And well, hello Nagawa, how are you? I enjoy your streams there on Saturday. I was actually able to catch most of it. So there's some more coming. There's 2 boxes, and then the last one I want to pick up is Stalingrad that they have. It's harder and harder to find their games, man. In the beginning, I was going to say, only thing I said, Axe, was we got Operation Barbarossa up, the second scenario. For that, if you could watch it all the way through or just let it play, we'd appreciate it, because we got a lot of subscribers this last year. I'm truly grateful. So is Ashley, but we just kind of need more watch time, and everybody's busy. That's why I tried to condense it down into. I'm kind of hesitant to do, like we used to do, like a live playthrough because sometimes people don't have that um, ability. All right, there's Ashley piping in from her phone. She'll be home in 15 or 20 minutes. She's picking my mom up from the hospital and taking her home. It's been a rough couple days for our family. My mom is okay enough now to go home, and it was kind of we didn't know when she was going to be released today. So Ashley said it was getting pretty close to our show, so she went to go get her, and then after we're done, I'll catch up with her too. So it's pretty much of a exhausting last few days since Thursday, because hey, it's my mom. Like I love her, I can't replace her, and it's it was a lot. So thank you, Chris, for saying you like the show. The game does require a lot of engagement. I need to clarify the game, like when she hit the supply truck on me and I took a damage of 1, that would be minusing 1 supply truck out of that chain because that's your supply chain. And your truck represents, I think for the Germans, it represents 7 or 8 trucks. So when that unit is destroyed, then it represents all those vehicles destroyed. But when you resupply, it takes you a turn too. So this game scenario was set up, it could go longer than 15. I just got very fortunate on the rolls. Now, here's the kicker with Zvezda, which I kind of like. It's cool. It's a little interesting. And so, like when your mortars, you fire the mortars, they do have long range. But you know what? If you're going against infantry, it's got a card. So you roll 10 dice, and you're thinking, yeah, I can roll 10 dice. Well, to hit, you got to roll ones. Yeah. So you could roll 10 ones, but not usually. Sometimes out of 10 dice, maybe 1 or 2. And then, of course, if the unit is like defending and they got extra cover, it will be a little bit more difficult to hit them. So it's really, really pretty cool. I encourage you guys, if you get a chance or you find the game sets, to try them. Especially those of you guys that like Hex and Counter, man, which I know McMurray on Hex's channel did that tanks. What did he do? He did it tanks. I can't remember if it was Eastern or Western Front. I have one, they have the other. So it was nice to see McMurray do that because it's a Hex and Counter game, but with the bigger 1-inch chips that you can read. And the game is a very well done game. Let's see. Thank you, Mythos. She is feeling better. They're going to meet with her Wednesday to figure out a game plan. It's just very weak because she was down to 30% usage on her heart. So we'll have to see here what's next. And David, your podcast is streaming in the afternoon on the 24th for a Euro-friendly live show. Oh, I don't blame you. Oh, really? One that makes you feel that way? Cool. Well, then I got a lot on my mind, David, so you have my messenger sent. Remind me, okay? On the 24th, what time? Let everybody here know. The 24th, what time? Because that is really cool. That's really awesome when you get that kind of stuff going. There you go. Han, we can make her into a robot. Sure. Thank you, David. That would be cool. Those events and stuff, like I said, I really enjoy doing that stuff. It's really, it's a cross between your hex encounter and your miniatures, and it's just really, really pretty cool. Let's see here. So, I think as long as you're here, David and Mythos, because I don't think you guys seen this. I believe the rest of you did. But here, look. So, I'm doing the Human Defense Force, and you guys all thought those other robots were cool. These are Mythos. This is the free download. because we're in there, on the Patreon. But this is a Titan. So here's the leg, dude. Here's a leg. You can see how big it is compared to my hands, and I have pretty big hands. This is the heavy machine gun for the Titan. The details are really nice. It prints in sections, like there's the other leg. What is this part? I'll have to figure out how that looks like a shoulder. Part of the body. The head will go there. The top. Rockets on the top. So this is a Titan class that they have for the game. I think it will be pretty fun. It's been washed and cured. So now, that's the one thing we did this week in all the craziness. And there's like 4 or 5 more versions. One of them has a flamethrower, so I'm going to have to get that. Let's see. Stop messing with it, actually says. All right. David says your podcast is a podcast now, too. Oh, cool. Yeah, we're on Apple, Spotify, same as you are, iHeartRadio. So it'll populate to all eventually. Yes. Eventually it'll start populating over, or you can request submissions. We got pretty lucky in the beginning when Spotify was starting and iHeartRadio, they kind of sent us an invite. So that's cool. And podcasting is kind of fun. I like the live interaction too. Part of the reason I use Podbean is it will do that too. But you have the ability to have people call in on your show. By the way, if you want to do Podbean, let me know. I send you my referral link. I think you get $10 and I get $10, something like that, of credit. So if you're going to do it, let me know. But yeah, podcasting is fun. I'll show you. I didn't pick this up too long ago. Let's see. You always end up like, how you end up with too much dice. I got this like on a Black Friday sales. I haven't had a chance to use it. I was going to test it last night. So it's a flat mic, like a conference mic, and it picks up the sound from all direction. It's from Movo, so Movo is pretty good brand. It's not an off brand. I got their Kickstarter camera mic thing when it came out years ago. It's got like a 6-foot cord, so you can pretty much plug it into your laptop or whatever and move it off the side of the table and up. And I got this mainly for like when we go to the coffee shop, because I have mics and directional mics, but this is omnidirectional, so I think it'll make a big difference. Last night I couldn't sleep and I was just digging stuff out, which is why you see my laptop on the counter or the table, kind of like, update it and that kind of thing. So, how much dice do I have? I'd have to look. I don't have too many of those. Actually, I think we got one thing with the oddball dice, the polyhedron dice, but it's like the regular 6-sided die. We got, we could start a used dice store like everybody else, just end up with a whole ton. On the Titans, I'm not sure. That one just got printed up and Ashley cleaned it up just today. So it's got to get glued together and painted, of course. And pardon me. Now that I know it fits in the printer, because that one barely did, then probably be the next one, be the flamethrower. But they have like a plasma firearm, and different ones. Pardon me. So it'll just be interesting, because I've got man, I'm sorry, I'm getting a fairly substantial amount, but the anti-aircraft gun, David, I gotta paint that. And rockets. So they print really well on that resin printer. Does an amazing job for a cheapy version of them. So I guess if I was going to get another resin printer, it would be one that was slightly taller. Yeah, Ashley says she probably do need more resin, but it does look like it used a lot. So my 1 page Army Human Defense Force has grown quite a bit. So it's it's a lot at this point, and it's mostly painted too. So hey, mini warm-up, you can't say get to it, Greg, because Greg has been getting to it. Except for I've had a few days here where some other things kind of took precedence, but um, now that my mom's out of the hospital and they have a little bit of an idea of what to do, then this week will be interesting. Once I figure out what's going on with that or find out, then we'll just go from there. In the meantime, I just wanted to get on for a little bit and say hi and let you guys know we did get that. Did get a video up amidst all the insanity, and at least the Titan printed. Ashley is still working on finishing off all of her Ratmen for 1 page rules, but she's probably going to go ahead and sell them off because when she started doing them, they're cool, don't get me wrong, but it's more like Age of Sigmar. So she doesn't have it not able to fight with anything futuristic. So she's just going to finish painting those off. And I said, just paint them and sell them. I mean, if someone's going to buy them because they're already printed, and Ashley does a really good painting job. So I don't think she'd have any trouble getting money for another bottle of resin out of it. Nah, you'll have to ask her, or you could put it in the chat, Ash, since you're not back yet. But it was like dinosaur, reptilian, something like that she's gonna do. That's all got equal firepower, and they all have their own crazy stuff too. So, but this Human Defense Force, man, this is working out to be quite interesting. I haven't really been excited about any off the wall miniatures to this degree in a long time. I mean, I've run across a lot of nicely done ones, but this is kind of interesting. So, yeah, there you go. So, how are you doing, Mini Warmut? David here has a podcast on the 24th where he's going to have a special guest. So, you guys might want to mark it all down and hit him up on his show, and I will try to also. Wait a minute. Your podcast is going to be audio podcast or video, David, or both? Or are you just going to do like the video and then upload it? Chinese dragon ninjas. Okay. I knew it was something interesting. As long as it's not a whole army full of Jeffs, then we'll be okay. Sorry. I've had this awful cough for probably a month now, and it kind of goes in spurts, so I apologize, you guys. Oh, live stream, okay. Well, when you say what time in the afternoon, David? Is it like 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock? Oh. Yeah, see, that's the thing I like with Restream Axe. I can just download the audio from my show and pull it apart and then pull the audio out of it, and then I put that up for a recap because my podcasts are slowly gaining stability. Oh, okay. David, we'll see what we can do. I can at least try to listen to that. Well, wait, what date is the 24th fall on? Or the 25th. You have to redo that one. it says Monday it's Monday the 245th. Is it the 24th? So if it's Monday in the afternoon, I'm at work. I'll see if I can maybe listen to it. If not, I can catch it after work because I'm curious to see who you're going to have on now. Yeah, I've seen the show there, Mini Warmut. He does with the other guy, and it seems to work pretty well for them that way. So we're just gonna have to wait and see, Mini Warmut, to what guess. Monday. There you go, Dave. We got you. That's cool, though, man. Well, we'll do our best to either turn in and watch it live or watch the rerun or listen to it, however you do it, because it'd be interesting to see who you get on there. All right, so it sounds like everybody has really pretty much got things going on. I know Mini Warmut's always busy posting stuff. Charles has been posting stuff. Everybody else we know has been posting stuff. Your keyboard is tiny and doesn't have an apostrophe. Yeah, it's kind of hard. My hands are like, my fingers are too big for the keys sometimes. So I'll be hitting the keyboard and hit part of the key next to it, or yeah. Well, hey, if it fits in the space you got, then who cares, David, as long as it works. Podcast? That just depends. Mini Warmut. Some of them will do it for 2 hours, some for an hour. Yeah. If you're going to do a podcast, like with me and Clint, we had a lot of success with our commute because it was the two of us driving to work, just chit-chatting about games, and of course, stuff shows up in the road or whatever, accidents, deers running out, whatever, people cutting us off. It was pretty nice, but I think it was only about 15, 20 minutes, like 30 minutes or less. But if you look, there are a lot of podcasts running around an hour. So it just depends. I think, like we all talk about, what's a good time for, we've all chit chatted that. How long should I make this? Are people going to watch it all the way through? The problem is you got two crowds. You got the older crowd who will sit and listen while they're painting or whatever. Some of us gamers, and then you got the newer generations who are they're there 10 seconds. This is cool, and then they watch it, and you watch your analytics go poof after 2 or 3 minutes into a 20-minute thing. So it just depends. You could bust out a podcast there, Mini Wormhut. Welcome to the doghouse, yeah. But just do it however you like. I mean, most of my podcasts, the ones I'm doing now, are the recaps of the shows. But any of the newer ones, about 30 minutes or so. Well, the definition of what people want there, David, it just depends, because I've seen some really terrible shows and all these, and you'll see the audience just like, oh wow, and you're like, what? How are people even consuming this? It's just absolute badly done. But then again, I've seen some very exquisite, highly detailed shows with very few response. I don't know. I think today it's a short attention span thing that is hurting everybody. Not just us, but like everybody. It's a big talking point because people today, they just can't, they're onto that. It's that dopamine rush, man. They just can't. It's like your phones, you're supposed to shut them off. How many people actually shut their phones off? But I don't know of anybody that does, because they're waiting. Wait, what if someone texts me? What if, So that's the problem with trying to retain long views, I think, or long listens to. So David, Wormwood, if you're doing one, maybe Wormwood, to just do it however you think it should be, because people are going to either listen to it or not. And it all depends if it's a subject matter they want to listen to, too. So, in the gaming industry here, it's extremely saturated with podcasts, extremely saturated with videos. It's very much just oversaturation. So it's kind of hard to gain traction. And none of us are doing any of the crazy, dumb stuff, sensational stuff. We're trying to do, the hobby stuff. So just go do it. Eventually you'll gain people following you. And you'll start. Your guy's just going to edit your podcast, David, and he's just going to submit it to one company who's going to submit it to others. And so eventually you'll get approval and be everywhere. But you got to remember, for every place you go, you've got to check up on it too. And you need to answer questions or whatnot. So be careful how far you stretch yourself, because for every place you go, you need to monitor every place too. But I don't know. There are some good podcasts. There you go, May Warm-Up. Then you can name it Lord of the Rings, right? But I'd say go ahead and try it, May Warm-Up, if you got the time. Trees, yeah, see? But if you got the time, go ahead and do it. It's just, it's a fun thing to do. Oh, hey, she's back.
Yeah. That wasn't cured yet, right?
No? I thought you said you washed it.
No, I washed it.
Oh, who cares? Don't get all snippy.
You want to damage it? Go for it.
It's not.
You another one.
You're not going to damage those big chunks of resin unless you drop it. Then it might break. But, yeah. Go make some popcorn. And greetings, Telemachus. Ashley's being cranky now, so that's okay. I think it's because in the end she's worried about this Titan. It's gonna do a little bit there of damage, I think. But anywho, give it a shot, Mini Warm-Up. Try it. It don't hurt to try. I would do more if my life wasn't so crazy, but I wouldn't do more in multiple areas. That was my mistake. There you go, Scholar Gremlin. see, Mini Warm-Up? Now you're making us learn, Skull. Okay? That's what you're doing. But podcasts are fun. They are.
Okay, light.
Whoa.
Hey, I warned you.
What'd you need the light for?
Cooper's box lid.
Oh. So there you go, guys. That's kind of where we're at, and get another one of those Titans printed and take it from there.
No, you're not.
Chihuahua hobbies and adventures, and you know what, Hex? That probably would work. You'd probably get a massive following, and then you'd have to learn all about Chihuahuas. And then you'd have to make Chihuahua videos, and then you wouldn't be able to play your Hex Encounter stuff that you're known for. But you would probably take off. You'd probably end up with a ton of people. Personally, I'm not going to mess with the Chihuahuas. I'll let them be. I have one dog.
We're not getting a Chihuahua.
Yeah, I know what it is, Mini Warm-Up. Greg went to school. That's why I said he's making us learn new words. But you could still call your podcast Lord of the Rings, Tree Rings. Oh, hey, it could be, if you're doing 3 of them, couldn't you name it 3 Ring Circus, Mini Warm-Up? Jeff never makes fun of you, Mini Warm-Up. I'm covering for you, Jeff. He doesn't make fun of you there.
Hi, Jeffy.
Oh, Mini Warm-Up has a Chihuahua, yeah.
Brian does have a Chihuahua. That's fucking hysterical.
The Ankle Biters Association. Boy, that's funny there, Charles. About Chihuahua. We should get him like a biker's patch, Charles. with a mean looking chihuahua that says Ankle Biters Association. I mean, like put it on a leather jacket. Chi Chi Chalupa Tabletop Miniature Adventure sounds good. That might work. And Taco Bell might sponsor you because you're putting the word chalupa in there. Oh, Jeff says hello, Ashley.
I said hi first.
Oh, I didn't see you. Type anything. I don't know. We could probably get ourselves in trouble, but make us out to be like a badass bikers, but we're not. We're just badass hobbyists, with leather jackets. What chapter in a Chihuahua Chalupa Tabletop Miniature Guild are you in? Oh, I'm in chapter 14 or 13. See, you could have interesting conversations. It might work. Although it'd be funny, can you see the police riding up behind you? A group of us on motorcycles with that type of a patch on the jacket. They'd probably just laugh and keep going. Hey, the little Taco Bell dog, he was really popular for a long time. And it might work out for you, Mini Warm-Up, because you do like Taco Bell. Q. That'd be interesting, Charles. If you were worried about Chihuahuas before, Charles could come up with a meaner version. They have tentacles. That might not be so fun. That might not be so fun. No, all we have, you guys have seen our dog Jessie. She's just a medium-sized, black lab-colored lab coonhound mix. When she barks, though, it's kind of interesting. It's like, oh, so you sure know when people are coming up to your house late at night because she'll let you know. But man, already this
week's been long.
Already, yeah, but it's already the 2nd of February. Already, so not much further to go. There you go, May Warm. Why don't we just all get together and do a spoofy show and see what happens? That might actually just gain you some traction too. Be kind of interesting. What's that? Oh, your cure is done?
Some of it is. I'm doing in parts.
In search of the golden taco. Yeah. You could do well. Actually, I think Charles has enough
I might cure the
type of terrain. You could do it. Look into the forest there. The Golden Taco Adventures. A spoopy show. Yeah. I mean, it would probably work, Telemachus. Just all of us get on and just be crazy for a bit. Not saying we wouldn't get shut down or,
Depending on who's on there, if Brian is, we probably would be.
It depends. Somebody will slip up, say the wrong thing, and poof, the whole feed gets cut. At least it would be for our own protection, right? Isn't that what they tell us? So that would be kind of funny. We could sit around and do a show like that. I don't know. You got to come up with something different once in a while, right? So that could work. And it'd be fun to see where it goes. But Jeff, I seen on your channel McMurray doing that. Tanks there. And that's a really good hex encounter game. That's the one game that somebody who denies doing games like that played.
I played it one time.
Yeah, but you still played it. I still got you to play it. So yeah, that was a pretty good game. He's got the one I don't have. I have the other one. Chi Chi and the Evil River of Guacamole. That's true. Jeff brings up a very good point. He said if him and Todd and McMurray can do a stream and not get banned, then we're all golden. Well, I don't know. Sometimes we'd have to. It would depend whether or not Keegan was in the stream, because it would just depend. Oh wow. Well, yeah, but then the person who owned a Rottweiler should have been maybe keeping an eye on their dog.
What happened to the dog?
A Chihuahua and a Rottweiler bred. You know the things we see on this show. I mean,
when I was a kid, someone bred a Rottweiler with oh god, what are the ones with the short legs? That's the town.
But a Chihuahua? No. You know what, Nagawa, though? You're covering red carnals, right, out your window to this kind of, well, I don't even know how to describe it, breeding stuff with the dogs. So that's
how do we get on breeding dogs?
And May Warman says, beware of the Pico de Gallo monster. Oh, that should be named the morning after when you eat at Taco Bell, depending on how much Taco Bell you eat. However, I hear it's good if you have to go get a colonoscopy. You may as well just go there and get a bunch of food. To those of you randomly stopping by and probably going, what the hell did we stumble into? Welcome to our world. We literally cover all sorts of stuff.
Dysfunctional.
Well, I don't want to be that normal people. I don't want to be that. Oh, look, there's Greg. He's normal. No. So I'll stay away from the whole normal thing. Those are the ones that scare me. You know what, Mini Warm-Up? You really got this thing going. That's pretty good. Del Taco Kingdom.
I miss Del Taco.
Yeah, we don't have any Del Tacos out here. Now we have to do it because we're talking about taco places. So there was one out there in California called Noggles. They had really good burgers, and so it was kind of like Del Taco, but with burgers, but just better food. And some really killer iced tea. And I'm very picky about drinking iced tea. The stolen Taco Bell. Kind of like a mystery where we got to sit around, maybe warm up and figure out who stole the Taco Bell. That kind of thing. Like Blue's Clues, but just with tacos. Oh, Lord. What? Does anybody remember Blue's Clues? You have to go watch a few episodes.
Make sure you watch the originals.
There you go. Nagawa says you were talking about tentacled chihuahuas, so I went with Roddy's having fun.
Wow.
Hey! Well, they were. So you're right. But that bird that keeps showing up outside your window, man, that's kind of cool. Those, you don't see them all the time.
I haven't seen Jeremy up on his live streams for a while.
Ashley hasn't seen Jeremy there, Chris. You didn't send her on a mission, did you? That's what you should do.
Get coffee? Is that what it is?
That's what you should do. You have the bird in the background, and once in a while, remove it and see if the others notice it. And if they do, you tell them, "Hey, went on a mission." Then the next week when you do it, you can come back and use some of your news reports, and instead of the news picture, you say, "This is what Jeremy delivered me as a message." You know what I mean? That would be kind of cool. Hey, I'm talking. What?
Did you want me to glue him together all the way, or do you want to paint him separately and then glue him?
No, we'll just glue them together all the way, probably. So there's an idea for you. Maybe that'll work.
I will do it. Huh?
No, I just suggested that, the news he always puts the news articles up that we see. But one time, just see if Jeremy is on the back shelf, and if anyone notices it's gone, then tell them she's on a mission. And next week, you just bring out one of your news articles, because that's the intel, right? Most of those news articles were just intel, phenomenal amounts of intel, World War I that they put on newspaper head. Like the bad guys could just buy the newspaper and then, telegraph it back to their side. So she could always retrieve you some extra information, something like that. And popcorn is made. Max says, well, good for you. Popcorn is good. It is. Squid puppies. Well, Charles, one never knows.
Now I gotta find some kind of print.
Now you're gonna have Ashley looking for prints, like she just said, Charles. So it'll be one of those. See what she can find.
I will find something.
A big raccoon? Oh, raccoons get really big, Charles. And you got to watch out. Don't get too close. They're not all cutesy, although we were camping a few years back and we had one where it come out of the hedges right next to the picnic table at the campsite. And so the kids were tossing like cookies and junk food. I'm like, my God, stop feeding it. He's gonna gain all this weight. And he's gonna get, have like a diabetic coma.
Yeah, because they ran out of their cookies, so they started feeding him the jumbo marshmallows.
Yeah, he was eating up marshmallows and all sorts of stuff. Just come out of the, and then before you know it, another one come out. So, that was our raccoon experience. Although I'll tell you, don't try to get them out of a big trash bin. Let them be. Like, lay the trash bin down, or if it's a big bin, put a board in there so they can get out. Don't try to corner them.
It's still a wild animal. Why would you corner it?
Because people do. They think they're cute. They got claws.
They are when they're babies. They're ugly when they're older.
What happened to Jack in the Box? I wish we had a Jack in the Box out here.
The closest one is 5 hours from us?
Yeah, I think so.
Kansas City.
I think we have to go to Kansas City to get Jack in the Box.
They weren't that good the last time I went. Maybe it's just like not used to it anymore.
Well, when we went to March to Victory last year, we ran across the Jack in the Box, so we stopped and Keegan parked the car. We went in, we got our food, we got back out to get in the car to keep driving in. Before they were getting buckled up, I said, hold on, no one's gonna believe me that I was gonna send a picture to some people I knew about that we ran across the Jack in the Box. It was just kind of dumb, right? So I stood back to take a picture, and this is the society we live in. I mean, honest to God. The manager and some other guy come run out just a couple seconds later. What are you doing taking pictures of the store? I'm like, see the license plate? I just haven't seen a Jack in the Box. And we were just in there. See, here's our food, here's our receipt. I was just taking a picture saying that we stopped here, tourist stop. My God, man. I was like, geez, you guys need to stop living in such fear. It's just a Jack in the Box. What's it hold? Security secrets or something? Or maybe they don't want you to know what's in the taco meat. I don't know. But it was kind of hysterical. Well, hey, Walkabout, how are you doing, sir?
Well,
hey, he addressed us appropriately. He called us nerds. Oh, you had some KFC there, Agawa. You chase coyotes, David. I believe it. There's a little restaurant out here that makes roasted chicken. They roast it in wedge fries. You get like 2 big breast pieces with a bunch of wedge fries and a side of cottage cheese that you cannot eat for $10. I'm like, I will be going back. I found that one day. I'm like, yeah.
You had cottage cheese coming out of your ears.
Yeah. We are all nerds. If you go to Canada or go see me, please go to Harvey's. Okay. We will have to try that, Chris. If they may not let Ashley across the border.
No, I want the one food that we can't probably say online.
Well, we talk about it all the time, but just in California, it meant something completely different. So it can be taken very wrong. But the land of El Pollo Loco.
They weren't too bad. I forgot about El Pollo Loco.
Yeah. Wow. Are we beeping? Oh, it might have been the Cure in the back.
My Cure.
Dave. that went off. She's curing the Titan pieces I showed you.
That's why I said stop messing with it. I still finish it.
I didn't know it wasn't cured. I told people I thought you washed and cured it. Anyways, she got all snippy with me, so she's curing it. Yes, that word, Mr. Annex. Because in California, let me tell you, it refers to how do I say it? I guess female anatomy is what it refers to, the way they say it out there. So I'm just leery of saying it on live because somebody passing through might just hear that and freak out, not realize I'm talking about, a plate of gravy and food.
It's cheese curds. Come on. And gravy. Who could not go and love that?
Cardiologists.
Yeah.
They'd be the ones saying don't eat it.
All right. Now it's cured.
Wicked chip wagons. Hey, we got some. This is a unique thing that we ran across in Wisconsin. And they had a cardboard, how can I say it? So like cardstock and the little old 50s trucks, like the older 50s Chevy trucks, for instance. And
I have
it's a folded. Do you still have it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Our cars. Look. I didn't know we still had it. Check this out. You might think this is funny. It was
a kid's meal.
This is what they served the kids' meal in. Ashley saved it. It's just cardstock. And so their food came all stacked up in the back of the vehicle. And it's cardstock. I didn't know you saved that.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Kid stuff, classic cruisers, kids meal. So there you go. The food was served in that. I thought that was pretty cool. When you went to California, you set it all over the place.
I still have the hat
there
too.
You go.
From March to Victory.
What?
I saw the
the choo-choo train hat. You have a feast every year? Wow. I guess I'd have to get up there. You guys really aren't that far. I know Dave is about a 12-hour drive from here. So, like I said to him before, if I can work a 12-hour shift, why can't you drive 12 hours?
Ooh.
Gas lines, Charles says. Yep. Yeah, many Warmont is interesting, and that was just the one. They had other vehicles, but that's how they served the kids meal. So I just thought that's kind of cool. I mean, generally I put stuff in a bag, and give it to kids, but that was just an interesting way of. Then they had a bigger one, didn't they? That had all nachos.
No, that just came on a big ass plate.
But they had another one that had a bunch of something else in it.
I don't remember. I jacked that from one of the kids.
Yeah. What are you doing now?
Gluing? I have to get the glue down on the bottom.
Oh, you're going to glue that tight together now? Oof, okay. That's going to be big. So that was pretty sweet. Pretty neat little deal. I don't know. But as far as games go, we're going to see if we can get still out there to March to Victory. It's a little iffy now. Ashley's been laid off for a while, and getting jobs is kind of tough. And this stuff that's come up with my mom. So I'm not sure if we're going to make it this year, you guys. I don't know. I would like to because we made it 3 years in a row, but I don't know. Oh, Chris says we can stay there. Awesome. That would be cool. You have so much stuff there I've seen on your shelves, Chris, that I could consume a lot of time reading. But we were talking once about going out to see Dave, so I know it ain't that far. And what city do you live in, Nagawa?
I have the address.
It won't matter if we end up buying Canada, right? Because then you guys would be like a state. And then there shouldn't be a border at some point. That would be cool. Oof. Many Warmutt's challenging you. He finished painting 28 millimeter minis today.
Okay, and? My brain hasn't really been focused on painting the last few days, so he can go.
Yeah, many Warmutt since Thursday. We've been dealing with a lot of stuff there. Well, you kind of know. So, cool. Nagawa says he'll stay in the tent in the backyard.
Why? That'd be more fun.
why don't we put Ashley in the tent, Chris, and you could go play some games. Ottawa. Not Ottumwa, Ottawa.
I'm glancing. I'll just shut up and keep working on this guy.
You're gonna shut up. Yeah, I don't think it'd be. Okay, between Toronto and Montreal. Oof. Jeff says the Ottawa Senators beat his Capitals the other night. I'm assuming that's hockey, right? We have hockey out here, but they're called the Rough Riders. It's fun to go on Star Wars night, I'll tell you that. Oh, I'm sorry, Axe. That sucks. Ottawa to Calgary is quite the drive. Yeah, I would have to just punch it in and see. I wonder how far.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Ashley's going to do it now.
Because
David and Chris. So she will. So you want to go on Google Maps from where we're at to Ottawa, Canada. I don't know. I'm just curious how far the drive is. It's just that it upset me so much. They charge us so much if we try to ship anybody anything out there, an insane amount of money. And it takes forever.
Chris's, it's 15 hours and 20 minutes.
Drive.
A drive, but that's not counting tolls and everything else.
So 16 hours, 2 days. Well,
it'd take a day.
Like drive a nice long day and then get up early in the morning.
Yeah, and then rest out probably hitting Canada, and then you could drive the rest. All right, and then where's the other one? Calgary, you said?
Calgary. Charles says everyone guesses 2,000 miles. I guess that's not too bad because Greg would do a trip something like this, get up at 4, leave, and stop about 8 o'clock at night or so, and then see where that puts you. Because I bet you could just do a long drive and get up in the morning and be there in the morning.
Oh, wow, yeah. That's the opposite direction.
Is it?
Chris is here. David's here. The opposite side of Canada.
Oh, wow. That is a huge difference.
24 hours drive.
Good grief. That is a big difference. You're right, David. So
let's see.
They are your second favorite hockey team, Jeff. That's cool. Calgary's like the Cowboys for the Canadian hockey team. Huh.
Hold on. And that's just to the city.
Ugh.
So city to city for those two.
Good God.
You would still have... That's 35 hours, it says.
You guys live 35 hours apart? Almost a 3-day drive.
But what's funny is to go from David's to Chris's, you have to come back through the U.S. and go through Michigan to get over to him.
Okay. Well, anyways, that's a long distance in between you guys.
We would have to make 2 different trips. You can take the red arrow, which it looks like is a train, or is that a bus? I don't know what that is. That would take 3 days.
That looks like a bus. That icon's a bus.
Is that a bus?
Who wants to be on the bus for 3 days? Canada's big and the routes are poor. Yep, big area.
But you could take a flight and it'd be 4 hours.
Flying takes all the fun out of it. You really don't get to see everything.
Oh, it's a train. Tomikis says.
Yeah, Jeff. Says they have a thing called the airplane, Ashley. Hey, Lanchnet, how are you doing, sir?
I'm not worried about flying. It's Greg with his back is going to be the problem. So it would take a day to drive either direction. We would have to make it a 2-day thing.
Just to drive? It's like a day and a half.
Well, we'd make 2 different trips, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Charles, 25 hours, San Diego to Iowa. So well, San Diego, from where I lived, is a little bit less because Orange County or Victorville. So I actually went from Victorville out here to Iowa, and we just drove quite a distance before we stopped.
Yeah, that's what I did. We got Colorado, I think, is when I stopped.
Telemachus has a good idea. He said if you take the train, you just sleep all the way. That's true. Just get one of the rooms with the beds and just crash.
This one sit. It's up there, but how? Okay. Okay, this is up to you. This is going to go in before I glue. You're not going to have any room in there. Do you want me to not glue him?
Can I glue this in later?
Yes.
Yeah, glue this in later.
That's why I was double checking.
Oof, this is going to be tough. Last train you rode was a Grand Canyon train. Oh, man, I never got to go out there and ever see that, Lanchnet. The last train I rode was out here at Adventureland, and it goes around the park. Oh, you went on a train where they do the pretend robbery? They used to do that in
that'd be kind of cool.
A place called Knott's Berry Farm in California. So you had Disneyland and then Knott's Berry Farm. And Knott's Berry Farm is most Western type theme amusement park. And you get on the train there, and of course they have the old guys come in and pretend to rob you. Well, I don't know who that is, Nagawa. I don't really follow hockey too much, although I've been to a couple hockey games out here, and they're interesting. All right, Minnie Wormont and his wife are gonna. What is the Camp Verde train there, Minnie Wormont? I don't know about that. You'd have to let us know, man. I guess I should have got a shower before I got on there. Well, there you go, you guys. I mean, hockey is interesting too.
What? I was wondering where she put them.
Oh, Blue's Clues.
So we printed out little blue paw prints, and my granddaughter was up at my desk. So to keep them safe, she shoved them into my little
Look, you guys,
box.
It's a Blue's Clue, and then you go from there to find stuff. Oh, cool. Jeff, that's the new Manly smell I got at the 99-cent store. It was discounted like 2 for 99 cents, something about harsh chemical burns and don't get on your skin. But it seems to clean really well. Or maybe it was just the beans. Could be. You know what? I wonder how much worth the hockey cards are that I used to have when I was a kid that I don't have anymore. Oh. Babe Wormont says we need the handy dandy notebook. Where's that, Ashley?
In one of her drawers out there, I believe.
We actually have the
handy I actually did print her out it. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it right.
Well, if you're going to ride the trains for fun, you may as well have fun. I mean, I don't see why not. I guess these days I'd like to just do something other than work and a whole bunch of stress. I'd like to just go do some fun. I mean, I love my miniatures, but I just kind of want to go outside and take a break. Well, Nagawa, I'm glad you use Windex. We use it too. It helps to keep the windows clean. I'm not sure what you meant by that. I'm just trying to make a goofy joke. Maybe I need to find another paw print because that's what we do.
All right, give me those paw prints back. So let me put them back in here.
Ooh, he's big. Let me know when that's dry.
I'm just gonna let them be so that way that it's not even gonna risk coming apart right this second.
Well, I wonder what's going to be able to take them on. Oh, you want to turn on?
Oh, that way people can see them.
Here, I'm going to get the extra camera real quick. There we go. There's
all right, hand me one of your guys.
Hold on, you have to turn them a little though. Hold on a second. Oof, he's going to be pretty big size compared to standard troop. There's the difference. And then he's going to have a big MG. All right.
So, but yeah.
Yeah, we clean our windows once in a while.
Come on. Come forward. There we go. Wait. A little too close.
This is
Monster.
yeah.
But
it is a long drive. Yeah, it is a monster.
This will go here. Somehow. Get there. And down. That's how he'll sit.
No, Mini Warmut, I am not painting him pink and purple.
I'll do it!
No. Here's there. Those were the...
So this is basically what he's supposed to be.
Kind of, but he's a giant. That's the robots that work with the
These
people.
are the orcs.
They call them orcs. Is that it?
Yeah.
So
he doesn't even...
I will pull it up a little bit more in the light. So I'm going to obviously keep the same green paint, and I will trim it out there how I have been.
Yeah. So he gets a 100 to... Oh, I didn't clean him all the way up. I'll have to clean his head up a little bit more.
150 millimeter base.
100 to 150. Which, hand me your tactical warsuit base real quick. Because should be...
I don't think so. That's going to be too small.
Yeah.
He's bigger than my Warhammer
Yep,
Victor.
he would hang off.
Yeah, so it would have to be a much bigger.
You would have to get like a base like...
Are those ammo patches on his right?
Hold on.
He wants to see if
that. It's hard to see. There's a backpack. There's a patch there. There's like some kind of bedding looking, some rope, some more patches.
That's his arm. He's talking about the thigh on the leg.
No. Oh. There is 2 little bags.
Probably ammo pouches because these guys got.
Oh, I see what he means. This. Yeah, that's what it looks like. All the way around. Oh, I don't have it up high enough.
There you go. Yeah, those are ammo pouches.
Those look like ammo pouches. And it wraps all the way around.
Add a squirrel to his shoulder, Mini Warmut says. Yes, sir, I am painting it, Mini Warmut. Lanchnet, no, that is not Infinity. That is the one-page rules Human Defense Force. And this is their Titan models. This one has an MG. And then they got a flamethrower one and I think a plasma rifle. And
hold on.
Something else.
I'll tell you what they have. I don't remember. I just downloaded it. Download.
Mini Wormwood says Ashley would bedazzle that thing. Yeah, no, we're not going to bedazzle it. That's a good idea there, Lanchette. Use an old scratch CD as a base, or just buy a set of blank CDs.
All right, so you got an autocannon, heavy flamer, heavy machine gun, which is what he is, laser cannon, laser MG, missile launcher, and plasma rifle.
So there's more of them to print.
Yeah, you would have to. That's the base you would need.
Yeah.
Because
those two could fight. You can't really see it all. It's too close.
That's about the size base you'll need.
Well, the print came out really well, so when he dries up, we'll get him
painted. Don't bedazzle anything. I don't have one single thing I have painted that's been dazzled.
Look at Jeff over there, just wagging his tail.
Okay, but he's not been dazzled. Where are the gems? Where are jewels? There's nothing here.
They can't see that really. I am Jeff. See, he just. My Titan's gonna go after him. That's what happened.
Ha! Hell yeah! Jeff against Titan.
Oh, there. Then we could use gladiator rules.
I don't see why not. I mean, if you want to go off of the game, he spits water cannon. And you're a machine, so...
Oh, May Warmont says he has taken off long day and crashed on a lazy boy. Okay.
All right, Mutt. Have a good day, honey.
Have a good day, May Warmont. LaunchNet. Pacific Rim Action. No, it's... I mean... Yeah, I don't know. It's the Human Defense Force, which is really taking
those legs aren't dry yet.
Legs aren't dry. You might want to...
Hold on.
Just take it over there.
That's what I'm trying to do. I gotta just unwind things.
It might be a bit. That's a lot. You'll have to probably go on the outside of them too. You don't look anything like that. No. I know you don't, Jeff.
No, this Jeff's cute.
That Jeff is from, Marvel Rivals.
So, nope, I have a...
Sure there's no way to mount a squirrel on a shoulder, a little one?
I can...
Like a spotter, like with binos. So
hold on. Let me see if I can find a tiny squirrel.
Maybe correct his shots,
A spotter.
Yeah.
Hold on. That's cute.
No, actually, I'm not really going to put a baby squirrel on his shoulder, but...
Why?
Well, yeah, you could.
Oops. EL.
Magneto, Jeff. Magneto.
What? That's cute. I-R-R-E-L.
See, Jeff, sometimes Ashley's mind kind of just... When she's seen that, she goes, look. It's Jeff, and this is so cute. And then she had to print him out. It's like a little puppy dog that's a shark.
Duh.
And now when you play, she's still playing that too. She gets upset if the other character, someone else takes Jeff.
Damn right. Because they don't play him correctly.
Oh, I have to play Groot, or I have to play this or that. And I'm like, it's okay. No, you can't always play your character you want.
Babe.
What?
Squirrel with a dice.
Okay, download that.
It's $1.36.
Squirrels rolling dice.
I don't know how big it is.
Well, you just go back. You just let people look at it for a second. Do that. The camera all shaking and you move. So they're dice holders. Okay.
I think the dice prints with them.
Maybe you should print one of those up.
That's a tail.
And paint it and just send it to Mini Warmut and say, here's some squirrel buddies for you to help you with your dice.
Yeah, squirrel away dice pet.
Oh, well.
But it looks like they don't have it all up here. They only have the tail part.
You never know what you're gonna learn here. We're gonna tune in and talk about games, and then it went over to crossbreeding dogs, and now we're on to.
I mean, here's the little Lego ones. Lego compatible squirrels. So that would be.
What is their job?
I don't know.
Oh boy. Anyways, you guys see, squirrel dice holder. Yep, that's what they are. Linstar, how are you doing, man?
Hold on, let me add this to my.
See, Minnie Wormont's always saying Ashley's painting stuff that's too cute. Right, get back to miniatures. So I think she should paint him up a couple of them squirrels and hold the dice and send it to him.
It's not letting me click it. What
are you trying to click?
The free shit.
Well, maybe you surpassed your downloads of free.
Nope, there goes.
You're always downloading.
Oh, got it. Here's a little chubby one with an acorn. It's going to bring up like everything. Here's like a robot one. You already have him. You have him.
Did you guys get a lot of snow, Johnny? Today it was nice and warm, like a spring day. It's very untypical, weird
zombie
weird
squirrel.
Weather.
I should print this one and send it to freaking Brian.
Which one?
Zombie squirrel.
I don't see it on your. Oh, there it is. Yeah, he's a little squirrely.
See if I can make it bigger.
Oh, let's make it an abomination.
Could.
There you go. Do it. So we might be getting snow, I think, Friday, they said, but they didn't say how much yet. Today, you'd never know. I mean, basically, I just got a light hoodie on that I came in with. It's not very, very cold at all.
Quickly turn the page.
So, well, now Ashley is.
I will find him a squirrel. Ha! The flying squirrel. Yes.
Yep. Brian's gonna get a package in the mail and go, what's this?
I will paint them too. Hey, Brian's screwed.
Yeah, it don't have to be a lot. This last week was better than the week before. It was terrible with all that. It's not so bad that it was 25 or 35 below zero. It's that it was that way for a week. Lanchnet says you could go with the Invincible Squirrel Girl.
Oh, with in Marvel. I've tried her in the Marvel game, and it just does not.
That's a for real thing? I didn't know.
Yeah, Squirrel Girl. Her special is basically sending a horde of squirrels at you, and they bounce off the walls.
Oh, I need to play the game just to play that.
Hold on.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a character. All righty. Well, Ashley.
Squirrel Girl.
Is that it there? I can't see what you found. I guess you are correct there.
Rivals, Squirrel Girl. She has a slingshot.
All righty.
She has a squirrel right there. Right up on her head. Propped up on her head.
Oh, yeah, a little guy up there.
Yep.
They even got her looking a little bit crazy, huh? Wow.
Yeah. That one's a little hard to see.
All right, Jeff, you're playing live at 8:30. I will see you at 8:30, 8:30 our time before you leave. She defeated Thanos by herself, Blanchett says. Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't even know she was a character. It's funny.
I didn't even know she was a real character.
Thanos.
Yeah, I haven't seen him, but I think they did.
Jeez. You never know what you're going to run across on the internet. Crazy squirrel stuff. But thanks for coming by, Jeff. We appreciate it.
Bye, Jeffy.
He's going to be live with Todd later. So, I wonder if you're still there, Jeff. What are you going to play? What game? If not, we'll just have to wait for the notification. So I think I get to do the fun, awesomely fun after dinner. I think just try to get some taxes done. But every time I've tried to start, I haven't been able to. So I gotta get those filed. But that makes me divert to my dad joke. I'd rather file my minis than file taxes. You know.
Yeah, this is gonna take a while to get his legs completely glued.
Well, as long as it doesn't fall, I'm surprised it's standing up. Hell, nice print though. Came out really nice, really nicely done. So when they made it, they made it nice and clean. It's pretty amazing how these 3D printers work, to be honest with you. But here, let's get off of there.
You can just cut it off.
Oh, you done with it then?
Yeah. That way I can move it.
And then we got David's podcast on the 24th to look forward to. So it's going to be an interesting month, you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Have you checked Facebook for me, Ash?
No.
Oh. Hello, Ledford. How are you?
I think our next game should be one-page rules. You have all these guys. Let's get them going.
Yeah, we could do that.
Because I can either pull the aliens or pull all the papered.
So what Ashley was going to do is do the old school. I guess we could spoil it maybe. Because she doesn't have her force printed out. Oops. She was just going to... what is this?
Those are Cyberbirds.
So she's going to use this paper stand-ins that you can print off.
Yep, they're PDFs.
Johnny says he has really cool news for us. Let us know, sir. Groundhog Day? All right. And if it'll be a good time? Well, I'm sure it will. We'll have to, but I'm telling you, David, send me a message and make sure you remind me that day, because I have way more going on now than I ever have before. It's a lot harder to get any spare time.
Oh, he was watching Johnny's video yesterday.
Yep.
So we just did a battletech video or Alpha Strike.
Oh, wow, you got a van, so now you can go to all the conventions, the area with the product. So
nice.
If you start hitting the conventions, Johnny, and you start doing your own displays and stuff, you'll get your product exposed, and your cards handed out. That'll be good. That'll be good for you. Well, that's cool. Congratulations, man. That will make it a lot easier for you to get things going. I think Jeff's already left, so we'll just have to wait and see what he's doing later. So Johnny says he doesn't get the notifications when we're live. I started noticing that. I told Mythos that. Now I've been subscribed to Frost and Fist forever, it seems like. So, and then one day I'm like, I didn't get no notifications he's on. So long story short, you got to go back and check the people you're watching. I found out a lot of my the subscribe. I wasn't subscribing. I'm like, why? I chose to subscribe to these people on purpose. So, and it's not just me. Other people have talked about it. So, you would have to
check your settings.
You'd have to just go back to where we're at, and make sure you're subscribed, and click all. That's the only way you're going to do it. because I've had to do that for several people that I follow, simply because all of a sudden there's no notification. You get an idea of when they're going to be on, you know. Uh, oh, Johnny says expect big things this year. Cool. Um, we expect things to just continue to pick up. We are going to do more work on our coffee store, so I guess I'll do a little shameless plug. But if you guys want to check out our coffee and tea and merchandise, that's at gamerswithcoffee.shop.
I believe they could just scan the QR
You
code.
could scan the QR code up there on the left. Well, I'm not sure what corner it is on you, but
It should be the left if they're looking at their screen.
You can scan that with your phone. It'll get the link for you. But we're gonna do more focusing on that too, because we need that to be self-sufficient, so that it helps with other stuff. And there's things we want to do. Some setbacks already, but you know what? We get up every day,
and we're still breathing.
And everybody here still breathing. So regardless of what happens, we're all okay. No matter how upset you get or whatever comes up, if you can beat the day, then you're good to go. So just work around whatever comes your way. That's all you can do. Yeah, you can't scan it. Well, if you're on the phone watching it, that's true. I just put it up there because I thought it was a nice way to just, kind of advertise it, but not really have to say anything about it.
So if you can't, so the website is gamerswithcoffee.shop. All one word.
Yep. And Johnny, your shop, I still have the mug I ordered from you up here. And I do take it down once in a while. It's a nice big mug. Yeah, see, David, I don't understand that, but you guys aren't the only ones that are saying that, or me. I've heard other people talking about it too, so I don't know what's going on or why, especially when you're like what they call religiously watching something, when you are always trying to attend the shows, even if you can't comment. There's sometimes we've been so busy.
Let it run in the background.
We let it run and we can't say anything, but we also know it benefits you guys because you got to have that watch time too. And I don't know why, but it sure is happening. So.
And with us, you get two.
Huh?
You get two watchers with us.
Yeah, Ashley has a Gamers with Coffee profile, just GWC Ashley. So that way I can log in and she can log in, or we try to subscribe right back to everybody too. The black tea that I've got there that I like is the English breakfast tea. It's a little strong. Boy, it tastes good, and I have a bag of that. But the teas are loose leaf, Johnny, so people are concerned about microplastics, which, of course, go figure. They've sold us all this crap in plastic bottles, and now they're saying, we're sorry. We didn't know you could be consuming nanoparticles of plastic and it could be harmful. Well, they probably did and just didn't say anything because of money until now it's all coming out. So on the teas specifically, I don't have them in bags because that's not a safe way to drink them. The bags are usually a form of a plastic bag and not really a cloth bag. Okay, so the loose leaf tea also can be rebrewed.
Yeah, so you can brew it a couple times.
It's much easier to, you get those little balls that you clip open and then fill it about halfway and it closes. Set that in your cup or wherever you're brewing it in. And loose leaf teas are by far the way to go. I got the jasmine tea. I drink that.
That's actually really good too.
And jasmine tea it's different, but it has a whole lot of healthy properties. And other teas, if you research some, they're really very healthy for you to drink. So I do drink my share of tea too. In the morning, I'm going to get up and have coffee, and usually in the evening. But there's times too, I just sit and have a tea because it's just something different, and there's no caffeine in, except the one tea. I think the rest are not. But if you use loose leaf teas, you know that you can make it as strong or as mild as you want. You're not confined to the bags either.
In our bags, I think you can get, what do we have it at? 48?
Do you know what? David's not joking around either. So I've seen people take loose leaf tea, and you can, especially the longer cuts, you can throw it down on base too.
Yeah.
That's what I have. You know those ones they were advertising all over for a while, the small glass pots with the stainless steel insert, and you just put your loose leaf tea in there, and then I find you just turn it up, keep it on low until it starts to boil, and lower it a little, and then it'll just steep out, and it really makes a pretty full-bodied tea. It comes out really good that way. And we're working on getting some more, like Ashley, I told you guys last year, but they haven't. We're trying to find something that's more of a healthier option, like for hot chocolate, because you can get organic hot chocolate, and that is the best one to get for you. But people tend to go, well, I'll buy the cheaper junk, and I've heard, I know it's poison, but I'm going to die anyways. Well, then, I don't want to be a part of that. So we try to find the best stuff that we can, and there are a lot of people that do coffee stuff, but you have to look for specific things that are at least done to the best of your ability. So that's what we try to do. So that's why the teas are all loose leaf. There's never going to be any bag teas. Those plastic bags are not good sitting in hot water for you. But enough about tea. You can't use it on basing if you want to pinch it on there and sprinkle it.
So our bags are 3 ounces. They'll make about 28 cups at 3 grams of product in each one, or 42 cups if you put 2 grams, which is about half.
It just depends on how strong you like your tea. Or you can rebrew some of it. I know the jasmine, you can redo it. I've used it more than once.
Yep.
But anyways, you guys, hopefully we can see the big stuff you're talking about there, Johnny, and the rest of you too. Whatever you guys got going, we'll help you out with and try to promote your stuff for you too, or pass the word around. And if you could do that for us, we'd appreciate it also. But it's been a long week with my mom in the hospital. She just got out today. That's why Ashley was late. She picked her up. So I think we'll go ahead and wrap up the show here. And just, I got to make sure. I want to talk to her about a few things and whatnot. So, but the good thing is she's still here. So that's the upside to that. And I can't really be grateful enough for that. So with that, you guys, I'm going to say thank you. As always, it makes the end of the week and the beginning of the week a great time, because especially on stressful weeks, to sit and talk with you guys. Any of you are more than welcome to come on the show whenever you want.
Yep.
Talk about your stuff if you'd like. That goes for any of you listening on the podcast too. That you guys want to come on live, you're more than welcome to do that. You just got to let us know and we'll set it up. And but anywho, you guys take care of each other and your family and stuff, and take it easy, man. We all only got one life, so don't overdo it. And we will see you next week. All right? But thank you guys very much for being here. We appreciate it.
All right, guys. Bye.
Goodbye.